Alright, what is up YouTube? It is K-Rad here. I'm back with another good video for today. I wanted to talk about Miss Erika Cruz and Miss Beautiful and most well-decorated 8 division female beautiful divisional world champion of the world, Amanda, the real deal. I call her Evander Holyfield. Oh yes, I rhymed that. 2.0, the greatness, Queen Almighty of Puerto Rico. I wanted to cover this because this is a really big issue, and I wanted to share my thoughts on this. As I really do like Erika Cruz. She's a good fighter. She just recently beat Jelena Mirjanovic for the 126-pound WBA super belt, which is the real belt, I assume, for that particular sanctioning body. Amanda, she holds the WBC and the WBO, and that other woman, Sarah Maffa, I don't even know if she even holds the IBF, but that's what I heard that she does hold. So Amanda Serrano, for those of you that don't know, she is a Puerto Rican current WBC, WBO featherweight world title champion, and she is trying to become the first Puerto Rican female fighter out of all Puerto Rican boxing history to become undisputed at 126, and then I would assume she's going to do the same thing at another division. I think Amanda, she is a very awesome fighter. I think stylistically she fights literally just like Evander Holyfield. You may not think of it, but if you put them together, like, this is just my speculation and my perspective of how I think of her, but she fights exactly like, Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield, he's slick, he has amazing defense, he knows how to move in the ring. Amanda, she does the same exact thing. He has a mean, he has a mean jab. I don't know if they're at the same stance. I think she's an ortho, and Evander, he's an ortho too, but both fighters can switch it up. It's not like they're limited to any caliber of potential, how should I say, potential matchups that can beat them. It's just that, more dominance wise, I think both of them are orthodox fighters when you put them together as far as comparisons go. But either way, they're very similar fighters in style. I think when you do look at how they fight very, how should I say, they fight very timid and very well collected, in the sense of they know when to shoot at the right at the right time. And like I say all the time, defense wins championships. I pretty much do believe in that statement. That's very common in every single sport. If you got the defense and you know how to defensively countermeasure an opponent, then you're gonna keep winning. No matter how many times people try to doubt you, you're always gonna keep winning. That is a philosophical fact in all forms of, how should I say, in every form of scientific philosophy, and the realms of fundamentals and, like, I would say basic variants of components in life. So I think that makes all the sense in the world. And Amanda Serrano, she's the pure definition of breaking down variants and becoming the pure fundamentalist of all methodical, gifted, of all methodically gifted people. She is very awesome with her footwork. She's very awesome with her jab. She has amazing hand speed. Like, she doesn't even need to present it. It just shows it out of nowhere. She'll throw like a 6-punch or a 4-punch combination. You don't know what's coming, and that's what I love about her. She's an amazing woman with amazing talents. And I mean, the only blemish on her record probably has to be the Frida Wahlberg fight. She tried to get a rematch, and Frida Wahlberg, she didn't want no more peace out of her. I would actually even like to interview her to ask her about that fight, of why she wasn't even offered like a rematch at least, so she could at least, like, retain herself as being like a dominant threat for that division that she used to fight in. I think it was at like 135 or 140. I'm not too sure when she fought Frida, but either way, Frida at the time, she was kind of like another just Swedish version of Katie Taylor. And I don't hate Frida. She's an amazing fighter. I actually watched that woman when I was like super young, and unfortunately her career got ended, in a brutal knockout by Diana Prozic. She was like an Australian, I guess like former world champion. I forgot what division it was, but she's a good fighter. She doesn't box no more. I think she straight up retired, and I think she dealt with some like medical brain trauma. I'm not too sure, but I think she's doing better now, and that's good though, because I never thought Frida would actually do any better, and I like would never think that she would ever be that type of fighter to deal that to deal with that type of punishment. But that fight alone with her and Amanda kind of like solidified Amanda's greatness as a fighter, and Amanda knew like what she was getting herself into by trying to fight the best. And I guess she's pretty much on that same boat with any legendary great fighter, where they don't care if their record is going to be lost. They just care about getting the names on the resume, and they're going to try to put their skills to the test to be the best. And that's something that I can actually respect out of Amanda Serrano, because she's a very well talented fighter, and what she's done for the sport of women's boxing is amazing, and she's a lovely woman, and I will support her till the day I die and forever after, because she's one of the more rounded and experienced Puerto Rican female fighters that actually took risk and try to be the best at what she does, and I'm happy for her. She definitely deserves it. But back to this Erika Cruz Hernandez situation. I think that's her full name, Erika Cruz Hernandez, but I'm going to go with Erika Cruz. That seems about right about her name. But either way, Erika Cruz, she beat Jelena Mrdenovic. She won by a technical decision, because I guess that the referee ruled, her damages from the fight to be, too deadly. Don't know what was happening at that time, but pretty much, Erika got the decision over Jelena, and she got selected to be, or she got the victory to be the WBA super champion. And I guess as far as Amanda's end goes, she wanted to make that fight between her and Erika for unification for all the belts. Or no, not all the belts, just for 3-belt unification. And Erika did not want to, be consistent by saying yes all the way. At first, her and her team wanted to take the fight, and then I guess at some point throughout those negotiations, she tried to make up stories to say that she's not so sure if she wants to take that fight right away, and she thinks that she's gonna go like a different direction, right? And I was just kind of like really surprised about this. And for any of you guys that are probably gonna ask, where'd you get your information from? I heard it from Kana Loco Sports YouTube channel, where he had a show with L-Dub about, I guess that topic, itself. And Kano and L-Dub broke it down, and I was actually very surprised, because it actually really showed like how much I guess like how much lack of confidence that Erika Cruz has in trying to think that she might stand a chance with a woman like Amanda Serrano. And it's just horrible, because everything that that Erika said that she wanted to do, which would probably be become a world champion. Yeah, you did that, but now you got to defend your title or unify it. And I think, a woman like Amanda Serrano would be the best victory that you could go for as a fight like that. And especially a fight like that in that type of magnitude, Mexican versus Puerto Rican matchup, that's an amazing matchup. But, it's really sad that Erika would not want to be interested of taking the fight just out of nowhere. And now Amanda Serrano is just kind of being avoided by her. So now I guess that the big question is like, what is Erika going to do with that WBA belt? What, she's just going to defend it and just say, nah, I'm not going to fight you? Hell no. Amanda Serrano is probably going to find a way to become a mandatory. And then Erika, she's probably going to have to give up that belt. So I think what's going to probably happen is that Amanda Serrano, she's going to try to force the issue. And as far as I know, like, before anybody tries to say, nah, man, like, you're talking all this nonsense, it was like a money issue, blah, blah, blah. No, no, it wasn't. I heard from Kano Local Sports live stream that the money wasn't really the issue, and I guess like both sides of those teams, discuss their pieces. Erika came on to Kano's show, and then Amanda's trainer came onto the show. So it money's not an issue. It would have been, I think, like a $600,000 payday for Erika, and then I think Amanda would probably get more than that because it's for like a title unification. So it's not like that was ever going to be thrown out of the window. But I would never think for a second that money would ever become a problem. It's just that why would anybody ever think that money would be the issue, especially out of this situation? Because it seems like more of this problem is just Erika not wanting to fight Amanda Serrano. And I personally think that Amanda Serrano, she's just being avoided. She's literally just, I guess, the boogeyman at 126. Basically, she is the dark demon. She's too tenacious. She's too dangerous for too many women. And I think she presents such a huge challenge for so many people, where it's just going to be too easy to determine where her career goes, especially with those high level competition of females. And I'm happy for that, because Amanda Serrano, she deserves everything that she does, and I hope she does everything right, because she is a great fighter, and I respect everything out of her, because she doesn't do anything wrong other than just call out to fight the best. And good for her. I really hope she goes a lot further, because it just shows that Amanda Serrano, she's daring to be great. So I don't know, man. It's just something that I was always just curious about, because I never knew that Erika Cruz would be afraid of taking a fight with Amanda Serrano. But now that we actually think about it more, it's just it's just sad. It's sad that Erika Cruz thinks that she cannot beat a woman like Amanda Serrano, and she's now gonna make these excuses to say, oh well, I can't fight her because she's blah blah blah, not a person that I'm thinking about right now. Like, she's basically making the same excuses that Jelena Mrdjenovic was doing, and it's just pathetic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand how that comes to fruition, but either way, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But I don't really give a shit, honestly. Like, you have to join the sport of boxing to be the best, and I don't understand why a woman like her would try to duck, especially when women's boxing is at an all-time low. And it's just horrible, because it's just like, that doesn't make any sense in the world to just basically give up such a huge opportunity like that, especially against a woman like that of high of caliber. you're definitely going to be, remembered as a fool and as a, pathetic loser. But it doesn't make any sense. Like, I just don't get it. I think like, honestly, like, Erika, she could have done a lot better to say, like, I'm not interested in that fight right now. Let me go elsewhere. But when you spill the beans and you kind of get caught for saying it, then yeah, like, you pretty much already know, like, what's going to happen. You're going to get exposed, and you're not going to be looked at in a brighter light. And I hope Erika, she does lose her belt to Amanda Serrano, because I think what's going to happen is that Amanda Serrano, she's going to force that issue. And I'm pretty sure, like, if a champion can challenge another champion and become their mandatory automatically, I think that's a possible thing to do. If she's willing to do that. And I hope that does happen, because Amanda Serrano, she deserves it, man. It's absolutely horrible and just disrespectful how she's not getting her just her just due. She wants undisputed, and I mean, if Erika's gonna hold that up for the rest of the division, it's like, nah, fuck that shit, man. Amanda, she doesn't have that much time left in her career, so it's like, it's either get the hell out of the way, or just don't ever say that and just fight her. But no, it's just like, people are so mentally broken, in the sport of boxing. They just think it's funny that, okay, a champion that wants to be great versus another champion that doesn't want to be great, they just want to get one small little goal out the way, and then boom, they're gonna, just stop going for other titles, stop challenging better competition. No, they just want to get their title and just stay there. That's basically what that one idiot, Katie Taylor does. She doesn't ever think about, moving up to like 140 or 147. She'll never do that. Why? Because she knows that she's gonna get her butt whooped. She knows that if she faces a girl like, I don't even think she's that good, but let's just say Chantel Cameron. If she faces her, I would seriously have Chantel Cameron stopping Katie Taylor. But for a woman like Natasha Jonas in her most recent fight, she almost got beat on on the scorecards. She was struggling to fight against Natasha Jonas. So that shows alone that Katie Taylor is not the best female fighter, in this era. Clarissa Shields would brutally stop her. That purely shows that the hype in men's boxing is 10 times worse compared to women's boxing. Knowing that women's boxing is at an all-time low, women are completely shut out by mainstream media. Nobody does not give a shit about women, except for the people like myself that actually cover women's boxing for my independent media channel here on YouTube. And we actually come out to support them. But it's like, for men's boxing will always be there because there's more political narrative, or there's more political divide, but there's more money being put into men's boxing compared to women's boxing, because there's more of a storyline, there's more of a tradition, and that's what makes out the sport of boxing a lot more interesting to follow, especially for men's versus women's. They don't get much of that, limelight, because a lot of women are not that marketable. I'm not trying to disrespect women. I'm just purely saying, out of the economic review of women, competing in sports, they are not looked at as a big value compared to men. And that's true, though, because most women cannot sell. It's true. If that were true, you would have been seeing more Layla Ali type athletes, right? But no, that's not true, because, the household names are not there. Same thing on women's basketball. I don't mind women's basketball. I don't mind the WNBA, but I'm sorry, Brittany Griner, she can't be doing anything She does not do anything good at a level of a Anthony Davis. I'm just gonna put that out there. She does not play like Anthony Davis. She cannot dunk like him. She can't get rebounds like him. She is never going to hit that level, and it's just never going to go to that level because she's not at that level to begin with, because her genetics of how she's built as a female is never going to happen. And even if she's in the sport of boxing, it's not going to make that big of a difference, because the problem is that she's probably not going to be getting that many big fights, because she has such a wiry frame. And I'd probably just say due to women's boxing not being as popular, that's another thing as well. But in regards to this Erika Cruz and Amanda Serrano situation, I'm just really shocked. It kind of ceases to amaze me how Amanda Serrano is kind of being is almost kind of being written off as if she's not going to get this fight with Erika Cruz. And it's sad, man. It's absolutely terrible, and it's sad. I don't understand how she is kind of being treated this poorly, because this is horrible, But I think Amanda, she's definitely going to get her justice when she's going to be calling for that fight, and I hope that really does happen. I hope she does get that fight, so that way she can get the justice that she deserves, because she really wants to become undisputed, and for her to make that history in Puerto Rican female boxing, that will make such a huge storyline, and I'll be happy for her, man. She definitely deserves it. You know what I'm saying? But I hope Amanda Serrano can make it happen. It would be nice to see her succeed, and I would like to see her shine and do all the things that she says that she wants to do, and that is simply be great. So much love and respect to the queen, Amanda Serrano. And I don't have a lot of good things to say about Erika Cruz, man. I'm definitely going to be hawking her down to watch her, to watch her move, to see what she's about, because if she's going to continue to do this, then I'm definitely going to keep making videos on her. I don't think she deserves anything but pure pressure, because women do not deserve a pass, in any sport. If you're gonna fight in a sport like boxing, you better be prepared that critics like myself are gonna come out of the woodworks, and we're not going to support you. We're not going to give you that respect of, I guess, giving you leeway just because you're a female. And I don't think that's how it should work, and I don't think that's how it's going to work, because you come into the sport wanting to compete. You don't come into the sport wanting to just be a bum and think that you could just do whatever the hell you want. I think that there are certain levels to this game, and what you have to get done to be the best. And I think it makes all the sense in the world why women need to get their shine. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but that's pretty much what I have to say. Just be sure to like, rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Thank you and goodbye.